Welcome back, everybody. I forget which episode this is. 11? Maybe 12? Of the Get OP and early DLC walkthrough. We have just beaten Godric the Grafted the last episode, and then we have run through Var's questline, and so we are going to Mogwynth Palace next. So find in your inventory Pureblood Knight's Medal. Go ahead and use it. Yes, we want to go to the audience ground. And now you can rejoice. For those of you who don't like, who want to level up but don't like ball farming, now you can bird farm. So we want that. That goes Glove at 9. And we're going to run up here. And we're going to grab the map fragment. And then we're going to run up here and grab a grace. I'm going to check and see how many runes we have. 6,700. I don't think that's enough to level up. All right, so we need like 3,000. All right, this doesn't really matter. We're about to get to the bird farm, so we shoot the bird once, and we get 11,000 runes. So even if I drop these, I just shoot the bird once, and I'm gonna get it all back and then some. Anything you want to go buy or whatever, let's just. Got the underground map. We're across from the region we uncovered. Let's go visit this merchant. My favorite merchant. I usually murder him so I can have his bell bearing at the Twin Maiden huts in the round table, so I don't have to go 2 places at once. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. This will be the back-to-back murdering NPCs.
Trade again.
Get a nice parting gift from him. We are going to get his stone sword key. So we're back up to 2. Kukris, I'm just going to load up on Kukris. I should have some arrows, so let's just go to 70. And then whatever's left. And this is why I killed this guy. Because he's got Kukris and he's got arrows. So again, you practice our buffing routine. Golden Vow, Witch, Bloodplane Blade, drink your flask, two-hand your weapon, and whack, and now we can lock onto him. And he's dead. Sorry, bro. Just wanted that. Go visit the Twin Maiden huts and turn that in. And then we'll hop back over to Mogwynth Palace. So he gave us another 500 runes. Here's Nefeli. The reason I came here, other than to turn in the bell bearing.
If I'm glad to see you here. I found it in you defeated. Make good use. I don't intend.
Is the arsenal charm. Thank you, and we can exhaust your dialogue again.
If you haven't already, Father is, I'm sure, to.
Okay. So let's turn in this. And didn't turn in that. So now when we go in, we have Bell Bearing Shop 3, and that's where our nomadic merchant was. Gonna load up on more arrows. Okay, go back, and then we go here. We got all of our regular smithing 1, 2, 3s, and 4s. So we're in good shape there. The only other thing I might have gotten would have been the memory stone. I can pick that up next time. So we're done with that. And then the next thing, I don't think we can, we'll leave everything the way it is for now. And you know, we want to make sure that if you've been following the walkthrough, you are going to have one in your weapons. You want a longbow. It's just easiest. It's got good range. Like this could also work. You find a short bow. I think they might also reach too, but this is my old reliable. I always grab it. And we have arrows for it. Those are already equipped. We got 66. So let's head on back to Mogwynth Palace. Now that we're out of runes, and we're loaded up on arrows and kukris. So the plan here is what we want to do is we're going to drop down, and we're going to hop on Torrent, and we're going to ride north, and we're going to kind of hug the wall and come around here. And they're going to be, remember the mariner that summoned up the giant skeleton? Well, there are going to be some albinurics, and they're going to summon up 2 of them. So we want to ride past them, and we're going to ride through here. We're going to ride up around here, and up here to the side of Grace is where we want to be. So again, we're just heading north, and then we're going to duck to the east, and you're just going to kind of follow along. I used to get stuck all the time doing this, but I think I have it down. So come on over here, drop on down, hop on Torrent, gonna ride this way, and then we're just gonna angle a little bit here, and as soon as we get here, we're gonna duck over to the right, keep the cliff edge to our right, and now they're summoning. We're just grabbing some stuff. There's some pretty high level runes and stuff that you can run through and grab. So we're gonna try and grab it. We got the hero's rune. Gonna grab this. That's our ghost glove ward 8. We're just running. I think that's like a blood rose. Yep. Past these guys, this is like a golden rune. 11, so that's actually worth it. And we're gonna hop off and light the Grace. Nothing's chasing us, so we're good. All right, so let's rest here. So this is the bird farm. So the first thing, we're gonna come over here. This is where I always do it from. You see the bird down there. When we have the bow, we're gonna line it up between these 2 trees. They form kind of like a slingshot, and we're kind of aiming right there in the middle. I let him come down. The way it times is he comes down, he turns around. The minute he starts walking back up the other way, you let the arrow fly, and that for me has been super consistent. Other people, you know, like go over here and then they shoot him as he clears the tree. I don't really like that. So, I mean, that's all comes down to personal preference. I'm going to show you what I like to do. And you can figure out what works best for you. So we're going to switch over to our bow, get rid of our Bloodhound's Fang. We want to 2-hand it. And then if you left bumper, that'll bring up your crosshairs. And let's start shooting the bird. Let's look at our stats now. Let's see where we're at. We need 9,500 to level up. So we're gonna get 11,000 every time we hit him. So let's see. We want to get our faith up to 15, and then let's get our endurance up. Let's do this. Let's go to 30 vigor. We'll do 14 endurance, 20 strength, and 1 more point into dex, so we're at 18. And then we'll go to 15 faith, and we'll go ahead and grab the 12 arcane as well. So 30 vigor, 14 endurance, 20 strength, 18 dex, 15 faith, 12 arcane. All right, so I'm gonna rest and reset the bird, and then we're gonna show it a couple times, and then I'm gonna leave you guys to do the farm, and I'm gonna pause the video and do the farm myself. So right up here to the edge, crosshair, between the slingshot, he takes a step back, I loose the arrow, and I missed him because I readjusted my aim. So anyway, you wanna watch him jump, and then you can come over here and rest. Just like Grail, you're gonna get the runes, and there we are at 11,000. Do it again, try not to mess it up by adjusting my aim. So just right here in the middle, and let loose. I did it again, can't help myself. Watch him jump, and then you can go and rest. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video. We already talked the stats we need to hit. I'm gonna leave you guys to it, and we will meet back here in a few minutes. All right, so we're hopping back into the recording. You should have done your bird farming. I think I did it 12 or 13 times to get the stats that we needed. I switched back to Bloodhound's Fang. Let's go over the stats. We are now level 50. We're at 30 vigor, 10 mind, which is base, 14 endurance, 20 strength, 18 dex, 10 intelligence, which is base, 15 faith, so now we can use flame Grammy strength, and 12 arcane so that we can do dragon enchantments. Would have been nice to have a little bit extra runes. I can pop a golden rune, get another spell slot when we get back to the round table, and we can just go ahead and grab one here. Again, in terms of like stat distribution going forward, we're good on faith, we're good on arcane, we're good on dex. We don't need any int. So what we're going is, you might want to get a couple points into mind, but that would be the last priority. Next, I would be focusing on getting vigor to 40, strength up, and your endurance up. So it'd be like 40, 30, 20 is where we're headed to next for vigor, strength, and endurance. And I would kind of prioritize, you know, like vigor, 2 points of vigor to 1 point of strength, and then, you know, half a point of endurance as you go up. So let's hop on Torrent. There's just a couple quick loots we can grab up the hill. If you go end game route through the consecrated snowfield and take the teleporter there, you pop out on top of that ruined structure. We took the early route. Gonna grab the Ducus Herba. They're all over the place. This is what we want over here, the golden rune 11. So now I can definitely afford to get my memory stone when we go back to the round table. So the good news is for, you know, pretty much everybody that you have the bird fart open, it's 11,000 per pop every time you shoot the bird. So you can level up pretty quickly. You can just farm the bird and get those stats that I was talking about. Let's go here. I need to sell you something, or pop a rune actually. Gonna be plenty. So you can farm up as many levels as you want to wherever you're comfortable. The other thing that I noticed, me being beginner friendly, made it harder on you guys. I did not equip our talisman. So green total talisman gives me extra stamina. Now we're gonna get extra stamina. And the arsenal charm, you can see our equip load was 54.5 over there on the right hand side, and when we equip this gets us to 62.7. Now there's the arsenal charm +1 that we could get, and then there is the great jars, which we're not going to try to get for the walkthrough. Not beginner friendly to get that. So let's switch to the other spot and put that in it. Those other two I'm not using. So we're done with that. All right, so next up, I just pulled up the map. We're gonna start Yuri's quest line. We need to get invaded up in here. We need to go visit and murder Patches to start the Bloody Fingers quests. We will also go over here to the War Master Shack and murder Bernal to get his bell bearing before we go talk to Lady Tanith at Volcano Manor so that we can get Assassin's Gambit. So, but let's just start out here. We're basically heading right over here. He's under the structure where he's camped out. Let's rest. Make it morning. And if you guys want to play in the middle of the night, that's fine. Remember, night bosses Death birds, night riders, all that thing can spawn. Run over here, grab that sliver of meat. I'm just doing it for YouTube purposes. It's easier to see if it's daytime. Hop on off, get rid of our mark, grab the butterflies.
You do well to stand in such feet, so stay clear of... Don't.
And he's talking about a Gil who's out there in the lake beyond the ruins. We're headed right above my head under that archway. That's where we rode over at very first episode, past another one of these dismounter dudes and grabbed smithing stone on the edge. So there's a crab. We're gonna give him a little bit of a berth. And the unsheathed Ash of War is out here as well, over there behind me, guarded by some crabs. That is what comes on the Uchi Katana. You can put it on other weapons as well. Very strong Ash of War. So undead are gonna fall out of the sky. We don't care. You can see them hooked onto the bottom of the bridge. We're just gonna ride past. We could take out our Morning Star and just do away with them, but not gonna bother. Same thing with these guys. We're going to be able to ride far enough up the canyon before the invasion gets triggered. So once we get by Patch's Cave, you'll see it over there to the left. We're going to get invaded. So we're going to drink our flask. You know, Blood Flame Blade. You can also do Flame Granting Strength. And two-hand our weapon. Here he comes, and Yuri's gonna come and help us, but we should be able to take out this guy on our own if we're lucky. So Ash of War, and then right back at him, and he's dead. And that it should be your modus operandi for any like human invader, just Ash of War, back and forth. You can stagger them, get a bleed, kill them very quickly. We got Reduvia. That's kind of one of the other options that you could do for a walkthrough. So now we should be able to, let's just go kill Patches. We're right here. We got our buffs active. There's the cave. You can leave Patches alive. He becomes a vendor. You can do his quest line. If that's your thing, go right ahead. He doesn't really do anything I want later on. Like, he gives me what is it, the heavy armor set that you can get. I'm not really a thick boy, so this is like complete overkill, murdering a bunch of bandits. Whatever. Hi boys, come on out. We got a shot in. And we got a piece of gear, a highwayman, so we're gonna run down here and grab the mushrooms. Grab the cave moss. 5 mushrooms. Very exciting. Banded loot inside of a cave, 5 mushrooms. Thanks so much. Alright, so this is the fog gate. Our boy Patches is gonna drop down from behind us. I know this is ridiculous. I'm gonna go ahead and heal up. I'm gonna refill my flask. I'm out of that. Let's go ahead and buff up. Doopy-doo. And we want to do that. And we're going to drink that again. And you don't have to do this. I mean, this is just overkill. We have a +6 Bloodhound Fang. He's going to drop down from up there. And we're just going to murder him. And he says, wait, and I'm not gonna, and I just want his bell bearing. He drops the leather armor. That actually might be an improvement. Let's see if we can put that on. We get the spear. Let's go ahead. Let's see if it's better. So more poise, less elemental negation. That might not be the best play, going after Renala. We're going to get the Carrion Knight set soon, so I'm just going to stick with what I have. If you guys have been rocking along with me, you want to put that on, that's fine. Then we're just going to run back out the cave. A little belt thing, I was trying to hit that, but they were all just right there. Reset the world at the Grace. Reset. That should move Yuri to the end of the canyon. Hop on Torrent. Head north. And he should be right up ahead. We're just trying to move his quest line along. This will move him over towards Raya Lucaria, where we can do the next step. And then we'll be able to tackle Eleonora. Grab the mushroom. Yura, not Yuri. Sorry.
Beyond your harps we will meet. Beyond the harps we will meet.
Okay, so now he's going to move. We're going to move with him over to the main academy gate. We're kind of speed running Yura's quest line now to get the purifying crystal tier. And it's right back over here. Where's it at? There's it at. Yes. Alright, now they're behind us. We can go ahead and buff up. Drink our flask. We're in an invasion, so I get fewer stuff. And we're gonna put on our shield, two-hand our weapon, and go join the fray. And you can see he does a decent amount of damage. We're gonna let Yuri take aggro, and then I'm just gonna weapon art his ass. And he got out of it, but there we go. He's dead. We're gonna get warped back into our own world again. We got a rune arc. Pearl calling finger remedy. Raptor of the Mist. Now he's going to be over here, and he's going to start talking about Eleonora.
Here's a token of
Give us another smithing 5.
yes, she is the dead in spite. If she comes for there is no shame. Beyond the harps we will. Beyond the harps we will.
Okay, so dialogue's repeating. We're done there. We are going to hop over here to Bower of Bounty, head south and over to the Second Church of America. So find south, hop on Torrent. And head off to the west. So Eleonora has Eleonora's pole blade. It's a twin blade, causes bleed. She can, I think she can do a dragon incantation. What we want to do first is, you can see the first one there, and the second one is over yonder. We want to take out these two blood dogs. And we're just one-shotting him. Come up on the right of this guy, and he's dead. All right, so when we go in there, we should see Yuri's corpse. So the strat is going to be this. There's Yuri. He's dead on the ground. When we get over them, he's going to, you know, say some dying words. He's going to give us the Nagakiba, which is a nice dex weapon, bleed katana, very long. Very nice again with that frost infusion, so you can do bleed and frost because it has a lot of range. It requires 22 dex, so that's kind of like a DLC level thing. We're not worried about that level of dexterity for this run. But again, let's get ready to buff up. So let's go ahead and drink our flask. Blood Flame Blade. Flame Grammy Strength. Two-hand our weapon. Refill our flask. Switch to healing. And now we are going to talk to him as quickly as possible. There's his Nagakiba. Alright, and she should spawn in over here. All right, and now we're gonna run back through the archway, and we're gonna choke point her right here. Hopefully she won't do some bullshit with some spells. Weapon art. Oh, and I did that too soon. She's trying to do whole army stuff on me. All right, and I need to get them distance so I can heal. And I got a bleed on her, and she's dead. So just really have to connect with the weapon art a couple times, and she's dead. So we got the Purifying Crystal tier, and we got her pole blade, which is... Oop, I did not go far enough. Weapons. So Reduvia, that's our other option. If you wanted to get to the DLC, you could do the Blood Blade. Eleonora's pole blade, that requires a lot of arcane because again, bleed weapon. It attacks really quickly. You see the blood loss buildup is only 33 versus like 50 or 55 on the Morning Star or the Great Stars. I've even beaten Moog with the Twin Knight Sword with just Frost and Hoarfrost Stomp and bring in the Mimic, and we just like combo him to death and, you know, Frost proc, and he get extra damage, and he's weak to frost because he's, you know, like the Blood Flame Lord. So anyway, that part is done. We are now done with Yura's quest line. We have the Nagakiba as well. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here, and we will see you in the next episode and take it to the next part.